Fun at Kids Central. Winter food for birds. Izzy lay on her back in the snow. She and Nina were making snow angels while Miss Shelley set up the Kids Central activity. The sky was clear and blue. Izzy saw a red bird land on a tree branch.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
She called to it.
Nina, don't birds eat worms and bugs?
Izzy asked.
Yes, I think so.
Nina answered.
Then what do they eat when there's snow on the ground?
The girls thought about this. They decided to ask Miss Shelley.
You girls must have read my mind,
Miss Shelley said.
I was just going to ask you that question.
You were?
Izzy said. Miss Shelley blew her whistle. Jason and Bobby stopped their snowball fight and came over.
Birds usually eat worms, bugs, and berries. But these things are hard to find in winter, right?
Miss Shelley said.
It's too cold. And there's so much snow.
Izzy said.
People can help birds by putting out feeders. Today we'll make bird feeders for the birds here on the playground.
Miss Shelley said.
Cool.
Izzy said.
How do we make them?
First find a pine cone by those pine trees over there.
Miss Shelley pointed to a row of trees on the edge of the playground. Minutes later, the kids came running back with their pine cones.
Mine's the biggest,
Bobby shouted.
Next, choose a pipe cleaner. Tie one end around the stem of your pine cone.
Miss Shelley said.
Pass me that green pipe cleaner, please.
Izzy said.
Blue, please.
Jason said.
I'm going to use a purple one.
Nina said.
Of course you are,
said Bobby.
What does that mean?
Nina asked.
Nothing, Miss Purple.
Bobby grinned.
Now we roll the pine cones in peanut butter,
Miss Shelley said.
Whoa, it's so sticky.
Izzy cried.
Exactly. We need the pine cones to be sticky so seeds will stick to them. Next, we roll them in birdseed,
Miss Shelley said.
It looks pretty,
Izzy said, holding up her pine cone. It was covered with different colored seeds.
So does mine.
Nina said.
I hope that red bird eats from it.
Izzy said.
Well, let's hang up your bird feeders and find out.
Miss Shelley said.
Which tree should we hang them on?
That one.
Izzy pointed to the tree where she had seen the red bird earlier. Miss Shelley carried a ladder over to the tree and climbed up.
Pass me your bird feeders, please,
she said. Miss Shelley tied all the bird feeders onto separate branches. Izzy thought they looked like ornaments on a Christmas tree.
Now we sit, wait, and watch,
Miss Shelley said. They sat back down at the picnic table. Miss Shelley poured everyone hot cocoa. They all watched the tree.
There it is,
Izzy whispered happily. Izzy pointed to a red bird in the tree. It hopped on a branch. Then it flew down to peck at Izzy's pine cone.
I'm going to name you Cherry,
she said. The bird took off into the sky.
Goodbye, Cherry. Come back soon.
Fun at Kids Central. The Holiday Wreath Angel. Izzy looked out the window. It looked cold and gray outside, but there was no snow. Christmas was only 2 weeks away. Izzy hoped it would be a white Christmas. She closed her eyes and wished for snow.
Hey, Izzy.
Nina said. She pointed to a pile of paper plates and paints on the table.
I think we're doing a craft.
Oh, good.
Said Izzy. She loved crafts. And Miss Shelley always had fun ideas.
Today, we are going to make holiday wreaths.
Miss Shelley held up a glittering gold and silver wreath.
Ooh, it's pretty.
Izzy said.
I like the angel.
Me too.
Nina said.
Is that a paper plate?
Jason asked.
It is. We are going to make wreaths out of paper plates, paint, glue, and some other things.
Miss Shelley held up a bag.
I have a bunch of old holiday decorations. You can use whatever you want. First, fold your paper plate in half. And then cut a half circle out of the middle.
Miss Shelley said.
It looks like a wreath already.
Izzy said, unfolding her plate.
Now, paint your wreath and decorate it with anything you want.
Miss Shelley pointed to a pile of decorations on the table.
I'll use this.
Bobby held up a paper bell.
And I'll use this.
Jason held up a paper menorah.
Oh!
Nina and Izzy spotted the angel at the same time.
It's mine!
They both reached for the angel.
Nina, I really want it.
Izzy said.
So do I, Izzy.
Nina said.
Girls, is there a problem?
Miss Shelley asked.
Nina wants to use my angel.
Izzy said.
Your angel?
Nina raised her eyebrows.
Should we share it?
Nina asked, looking at Miss Shelley.
You two girls are smart. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Miss Shelley said.
Share it?
Izzy repeated.
How do you share an angel?
I guess we could cut it in half?
Nina said. Izzy felt like crying. She didn't want half of the angel. Half of the angel would not be beautiful. She wanted the whole angel.
It's okay.
Izzy said quietly.
Nina can have it.
She looked away as Nina took the ornament.
Thank you, Izzy.
Miss Shelley said.
That was very grown up.
Izzy saw Nina's wreath drying on the floor. It looked good.
Please make it snow.
Izzy whispered to the angel. While their wreaths were drying, Miss Shelley brought out a bucket of jingle bells.
Jingle all the way.
They sang holiday songs and shook their bells. Before Izzy knew it, it was time to go home.
What a cute wreath, Izzy.
Izzy's mom exclaimed. She and Nina's mom were holding up the wreaths.
Izzy, come look!
Nina suddenly shouted. Izzy ran to the window. She couldn't believe it. It was snowing. Her wish had come true. She looked at Nina's wreath and silently thanked the angel. Then she turned to Nina.
Come on, let's catch snowflakes.